How to handle your boyfriend's lack of effort. 5 things to do when your boyfriend stops making an effort. Did your boyfriend stop making an effort because he's distracted or stressed about something else in his life? If so, you have to trust that your relationship can handle this temporary lull in affection and attention. If, however, your boyfriend really has lost interest in you, then you may have to be painfully honest with yourself. You may have to loosen your attachment and allow your boyfriend to withdraw or even leave. The worst thing you can do is become a desperate, emotionally suffocating girlfriend who is scared to lose her boyfriend. 1. Accept that you can't change your boyfriend no matter how much you wish your boyfriend was making more of an effort in your relationship. You have to remember that there's nothing you can do to change him. You want him to want you. You wish your boyfriend was as attentive and loving as he was at the beginning of your relationship. Of course you want him to make an effort to wine and dine you. His time, effort, and energy shows he cares about you. Don't let your wishes control your thoughts and feelings. If you succumb to what you wish your relationship and boyfriend was, then you'll find yourself begging or manipulating your boyfriend into making an effort in your relationship. Instead of wishing things were different, practice accepting the fact that you can't change your boyfriend or make him want to spend time with you. Accept your boyfriend for who he is today. 2. Remember who you can change. If you're depressed by my first tip on what to do when your boyfriend makes no effort in your relationship, accept him for who he is right now, I've got good news for you. You have the power to change someone very important in your life. You can change how you respond to your boyfriend and everything else in your life. You can adjust your expectations and change your reactions. You can't control your feelings, but you can control what you say and do. You don't have to change your personality, but you may need to change your expectations. Are you expecting more from your boyfriend than he can give? If you depend on him for your self-identity and self-image, then you have to learn how to be an emotionally strong woman in your relationships. If your self-image is shattered because your boyfriend stopped making an effort, then you're expecting too much from him. Here's what to do. Write down the 3 strongest emotions you feel about your boyfriend's lack of effort in your relationship. Write in your journal or diary, or share in the comments section below. Writing down your expectations will not only help you gain clarity and insight into yourself, it'll also help you see if you need to change what you expect of your boyfriend. 3. Don't settle for less than you deserve in a relationship. After you write down your expectations of your boyfriend, ask yourself if they're realistic. For example, do you expect your boyfriend to text you 5 times a day or call you first thing in the morning and last thing before you fall asleep? Maybe what you see as your boyfriend's lack of effort is simply a normal part of being in a solid, comfortable relationship. On the other hand, maybe your boyfriend's lack of effort means that he only calls you once a month or texts you once every 2 months. That's not enough for any relationship. Maybe you feel grateful when your boyfriend finally decides to stop by at 10 p.m. without calling first. Maybe he always expects you to be waiting for him, ready to do whatever he wants. Those aren't just low relationship expectations, they're unhealthy patterns of behavior. If you're last on your boyfriend's list of priorities, then you need to stop wondering what to do when he makes no effort in your relationship. You need to recognize that you're settling for less than you deserve. And you need to figure out why you're not asking him to treat you better. 4. Look at your boyfriend's life through his eyes. Are circumstances in your boyfriend's life affecting how he relates to you and others? This is where my first question comes in. How well do you know your boyfriend? If you've been together for a long time, a 7 or 8 on that relationship scale, at the beginning of this article, then maybe you can see that your boyfriend isn't making an effort because he's dealing with serious issues in other parts of his life. If you haven't been dating long, or if your relationship is less than a year old, you may not know your boyfriend well enough to determine why he stopped making an effort. Is your boyfriend an emotionally unavailable man? Maybe he's coping with financial problems in his professional or personal life, or grieving the loss of someone he loves. Maybe he's too heavy into the party, drugs, and alcohol scene. Or maybe your boyfriend is dealing with an ex-wife and custody issues, and just doesn't have the time or energy to make an effort in your relationship. 5. Talk to him without getting angry or upset. It doesn't have to be a big, heavy relationship talk. How you approach your boyfriend depends on his personality, your style of communication, and your relationship. If you almost never see each other, then sitting down to talk about your relationship, or his lack of effort, would look much different than if you lived together. Find a low-key, non-threatening way to approach him. Try not to get upset, irritated, or emotional. Ask your boyfriend open-ended questions about how he thinks your relationship is going, and if there's anything you both can do to bring you closer together. What you talk about really does depend on the issues you're facing, how long you've been together, and why your boyfriend isn't making an effort in your relationship. If your boyfriend never made an effort to begin with, then he may simply be lazy or indifferent to building and maintaining a relationship with you. Perhaps he wasn't taught how to love a woman, and he hasn't taken time to learn what goes into a happy, healthy relationship. Perhaps he thinks guys don't need to make an effort in relationships, and girlfriends should do all the work. See why it's so important for you to know your boyfriend, and know yourself, before deciding what to do when he doesn't make an effort. All relationships are unique. And, your definition of not making an effort may not match your boyfriend's definition, which means you're operating from a completely different set of expectations. What do you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. I have no answers, but you may find it helpful to write about your relationship. Writing can help you discover if you're expecting too much, or if your boyfriend stopped making an effort because your relationship doesn't mean much to him. If your boyfriend or others say that you're expecting too much,